Hey guys, Teacher Jasmine here with VIP Kid. Welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a little bit of time since I posted a video regarding VIP Kid, and I will share the reasons for that towards the end of this video, but I did want to come on and do a 90-day in review and give you the raw data as it pertains to my booking schedule, the schedule that I prefer to open up, and how things have kind of panned out with regards to the kind of classes I've booked, whether or not I have repeat students, etc. So before I get into all of that, stuff that needs explanation, let me just give you the raw numbers. So I'm going to be looking down at my paper. I've been with the company for 92 days. I have booked 35 students, and I currently have a 4.80 Apple feedback rating, which is just the way that the parents give you feedback and rate your classes. And the higher the number, of course, is out of 5 apples, the more sought after you are for other parents. For the month of July, I booked 8 and I had 1 teacher IT problem. So of the 7 that I taught, I had 2 unit assessments and 5 major courses. In August, I booked 12 and I had 1 student IT issue. Of the 11 that I taught, I had 5 trials and 6 major courses. And in September, I booked 18, and of that 18, I taught 2 trials, I taught 2 unit assessments, and the remaining 14 were major courses. I have not had any no-shows, knock on wood. And so that's the raw numbers. That's just what it is. As far as repeat students, I do have 1 repeat student. I've taught him twice now, and I see that he's booked for next week, back to back. The schedule that I have open is usually Friday evenings, Saturday mornings, Sunday mornings, and Sunday evening. I prefer to work the weekends because I do work full time. I also teach Zumba and I also do personal training. So it's just what works for my schedule. And I would say I saw the uptick in bookings in August when I started to open up last minute or 24-hour slots. That's when I started getting trials. And then, of course, that increased my bookings. And then this month, it increased that much more. So I would say if you're new to VIP Kid and you're frustrated you're not getting bookings, just give it 3 months or give it for your whole contract, because it can be frustrating in the beginning, especially if you're in the groups and you're on YouTube and you see all these people talking about how they started, 10 minutes ago and they're fully booked. Their journey is not your journey. And I know I said in my 2-week in review that it was very frustrating, and it is very frustrating. What I had to do was take myself out of the groups and just resolve that if this was going to work out, it was going to work out, and I wasn't going to stress myself about it, because I'm doing so many other things. And the minute I started to do that, that's when things started to kind of open up. I'm no longer as nervous as I used to be. I'll do a separate video on this, but all the props that I went out and bought, I very rarely touch them. I could probably count on one hand, if that, how many props that I actually use during my classes. I've kind of settled into some rewards that I like, so I will do a video showing those. I've settled into what works for me, what works for my students, my level of TPR and excitement and all of that stuff. So I think the company still has ways to go to really ensure that everyone that they're hiring is given the same opportunity to teach the same amount of classes. They reached 20,000 teachers maybe about a month ago, but there's a lot of teachers that are not getting booked. So, is it better to have 20,000 and 10 are actually teaching, or is it better to have maybe 15 or 10 and all 15 or 10 are actually teaching? So that's something that the company probably should look into. I have kind of removed the expectation from that. I said I'm going to wait out my 6 months and see what happens, and if it's meant for me to blossom and then I'll do that. I will say though that I typically don't like to teach more than 4 classes back to back. Because if you're a teacher that kind of gives of yourself and your TPR and excitement and all of that, it's a lot to go back to back to back to back. I'm very big on my feedback, so I take a lot of time on feedback. So it's, you only have 25 minutes, so that means if you're going back to back to back, you only have maybe 3 to 5 minutes in between each class. So I found that for me, if I'm going to teach 2 hours, straight, then I take a break. And because I'm teaching like Friday night, Saturday morning, I usually have either a personal training session to go teach or a Zumba class. So, I find that it's very flexible and I can open my schedule as much or as little as I want to. The reason why I'm able to do my 30 days in review today is because this week I'm on vacation. This Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So I'm officially done with my month of September. So the next time I teach will be in October. As always, if you are considering VIPKID or you're interested in applying, you can check out my information below. I don't have any referrals yet, which is fine. It's not that big of a deal. I do have one that's really interested and is in the process, and I've been helping her, but she hasn't even booked her interview yet, her demo. So I hope this helps, guys. I will see you the next one, and I will try to do better about posting more regularly. I just kind of feel like most of the information that you need as far as, how to pass this demo or this interview or, the best props, all of that can be found if you need it. I will come on now that I know what works for me and show you how I've scaled it back and what are my go-to props or my go-to rewards or how I still have to do my classroom setup. Half of the time I don't even put it up. So yeah, I hope this helps and I will see you guys the next time. Bye.